Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on into the Blue Collar Psychiatrist. Today, we're going to be talking about the following: sail the stormy seas. Now, where does this come from? What am I talking about? This is a metaphor. The stormy seas is a metaphor for life itself. Why is it important to sail the stormy seas? It's because you have to get involved in life. Cannot be a spectator. You have to be a participant. And the world is full of people who are, or perhaps negative, or who will tell you you can't do something, or they're just simply not in tune with the realities of life. They think that they can just do whatever they want and they pay no price for doing so, and everything is just fine. They think it's pie in the sky. And if you can imagine a ship sailing the stormy seas with the waves coming up 10 and 20 feet high, and the feeling of nausea in your stomach, that is life. That is life. We don't like to think about that, but that is life, because life is a situation where the unpredictable can happen, bad things can happen, loss of money can happen, loss of prestige can happen, and other things that are not acceptable to most of us, and yet they happen, and they're going to happen from time to time. But the only way you can get to the top, the only way you can achieve anything, is to sail those seas, because that's life. That's the life. We're all involved sailing that same sea. It's how we navigate the stormy seas that makes the difference. Some of us are very great at doing so. They just seem to go with the flow. They don't go against the current. They go with the current. And therefore, their lives can be much easier. But if you fight the current, you're going to get tired out, you're going to be exhausted, you're not going to be able to accomplish very much, and you're going to be in a bad spot. So if you look at the stormy seas as a metaphor for life itself, you will be ahead of the game. Ahead of the game, because life is full of tumultuous situations and unpredictable things that happen with unknown outcomes. It's just something that you have to understand. Sail those seas. Sail those seas. Because if you stay on dry land all the time, you never feel anything about life itself. It's not a true life. It's just sitting on the sides. It's not a true life, and it's something that we don't want to do. If you want to lift weights, for example, well, the stormy seas web lifting weights to increase your musculature is fighting against the weight. The weight is the stormy sea, because only when you fight against the stormy seas are you going to get more muscular, are you going to get more fit. That's the only way that you are going to achieve the body and the health that you so desperately want. So it's very, very important to sail those seas, and not to, a lot of people will tend to run away from the stormy seas. They'll say, I don't want any part of it. But the ones who really succeed in life are those who are not afraid to jump into that stormy seas, to get on that ship and fight those waves, understanding that it's just natural. The seas are going to be stormy from time to time, and you don't know when. But you have to do this in order to achieve success in life, success as you perceive it. Because if you don't mix it up, if you don't get involved with other people who are unpredictable, if you don't get involved with unknown situations, then you are going to have perhaps a less stressed life, but you're not going to really accomplish very much of anything. You probably will be bored. You'll probably will have nothing to do, and you will say, what am I doing here? You have no purpose. And if you have no purpose, then you for sure are going to have a very dull life, a life of just not being in it, involved in life, of life, for life. This is the only way you can live a successful life. You got to fight what comes along. You got to learn how to deal with things that come along, because for sure there will be things that come along in life that are not necessarily what you would want them to be, but you've got to do it. And sometimes the seas are quieter, and you make the most of that, and you enjoy those times. But the bottom line is this: sail the stormy seas of life in order to get to where you want to go, because for sure you will not achieve anything if you don't get on that ship and sail those seas, whether they're calm or whether they're stormy. And believe me, some of the time they will be very, very stormy, but you must fight through those situations. Ladies and gentlemen, I remind you to drink! I drink abundantly from the fountain of life. See you next time.